Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yeah. So today we have a topic of need for social entrepreneurship in the society today. So first of all, I'll explain what is social entrepreneurship and what and how we are doing something on social entrepreneurship in Bastar region. So I'll start with my presentation and then we can talk more about it. So, social entrepreneurship. So, social entrepreneurship is all about uh, finding problems in the society and getting understanding the problems which are there in the society, and finding some solution out of it, which can impact the society and which is all sustainable, and creating an business model out of it. For me, this is all about social entrepreneurship. So you need to just identify the problems which is already there in the society. Some organization already would have been working on that, but the problem is still not been solved. And you just need to find the solutions which can impact the society, which is sustainable as well. And if you have business model on those lines, then you can call yourself as a social entrepreneur. So next, what I want to tell you people is about our journey, the journey of an expert buster, so that you can also relate how we identify the problems and how we create the solutions out of it. So I work in Bastar. You know where it is and why is it famous? You can just think about it. So Bastar is in Chhattisgarh. You can see the red is our Chhattisgarh, and the bottom part is the Bastar region. So Bastar is infamous for many reasons: the wrong development and the Maoist conflict, and there are many reasons that this region is considered as a backward region, as well as this region is considered as a Maoist affected area, and this region is also considered as a place where tribal people live and they are not hospitable. So I work in this region, but I am telling you, whatever you heard about Bastar, and if you are googling it on Bastar, but the image of Bastar is something ex, extraordinary. It is some completely different. So I'll just tell you what is Bastar all about. Bastar, in the left hand side top, it is Chitrakoot waterfall, which is uh, India's widest waterfall, which is 1,000 feet long and 100 feet of its height. It is India's widest waterfall. It has the longest series of caves after Meghalaya. So many natural caves, millions of year old, you can find there. It has a very unique tribal culture. You can see the people in the horns. They dance. They have a very distinct culture and very hospitality. They have a kind of a hospitality which you will not experience elsewhere in the country. And we have the longest festival of India, which is Bastar Tarishera. Importantly, here there is no worshipping of Lord Rama, or there is no relation between Ram and the Ravan. It is completely a tribal deity festival where it is celebrated for 75 days, and this is world class. Thousands of local god and goddesses comes and they celebrate. Lakhs of people come and celebrate in Jagdalpur of Bastar. So this is what Bastar all about. But when we started, when I was there in college, doing my MBA, there are many people who, tell me you are coming from the backward area, you are a kind of a Maoist and something on those lines. So people are, you know, people used to say, and I was like, why people are saying it is so beautiful area, but because of certain reason, it is treated in a very negative thing. So after my corporate stint, working for many years in corporate life, I decided to come back. and come back and I started Unexplored Buster. So first of all, why Unexplored Buster? First of all, we started understanding the local community, understand the problem which they have, understand what resources they have, what they want actually, and on the basis of that, we made a business model. So first of all, Unexplored Buster concept is changing perception about Buster, changing perception about Chhattisgarh through tourism. So we believe that if people travel to different location, they'll understand what actually Bastar all about. If I'll say to you that this is beautiful location and this has this and that, you'll never believe. But once somebody from your college, if they travel to Bastar and they'll then see what kind of services we are giving and what kind of a location it is, then only you will be able to believe. So we just wanted to change the perception of Bastar through tourism. So I'll just share one incident in 2010 when I was feeling very awkward while doing my MBA. People were calling me, certain kind of things. So we started a page named as Unexplored Bastar on Facebook, and it was very good. But after 5 years, I decided to come back with the same name and started my travel company, which is completely on a social entrepreneurship model, which I'll tell you in further slides. So we are linking currently, the concept is linking the tribal and local youth to tourism, making Bastar as an eco-ethnic adventure touristic destination because the culture is also there, the nature is also there. So we are kind of making Bastar as an eco-ethnic adventure tourist destination. So here it is very important that whatever we are doing here, we are making self-sustainable ecotourism models, wherein we create a business model for us, we create business model for the people whom we are working with, especially the local community. We make tourism models for them. We call them as a micro entrepreneurs because there are many people who are working in different things. So we are treating them as a micro entrepreneurs. And you know we also are working in associated sectors like handicrafts, like rural forest producers, because we are living in a jungle area. So there are many products which come from tamarind is a very good market, mahua is a very good market, then there is chironji, there are many things, many herbs which comes. So we are just linking all those things to tourism. If tourists are coming, they get an experience and they buy something from the artisans, from the producers. So we are just building on this model. In fact, what we are trying to create is livelihood to the local tribal youths, more inflow of tourists who seeks experience. We just don't want the numbers. We just want people who wanted to experience and who respect the local culture. More night stay, people afraid staying in the night in the jungle or doing the camps. So we started offering them with the camping services, and now camping is very famous. The trekking is very famous in Bastar. It is completely it is a completely perception makeover exercise. If perception is changed, everything will be changed, and more people will travel, and they will see more business opportunity on a very sustainable. So we are also supporting the startup ecosystem. When I started in 2016, there were no startups here, but eventually last month there was a conclave on social entrepreneurship in in Bastar, in which many investors, many angel investors, many companies, very relevant companies, many big companies, they came and saw the startups by themselves. There are 50 plus startups currently functioning even after the COVID. So this is our entire thing. You can see the thing which we have read, how evolution of tourism business in changing socio-economic environment happens while identify gaps, creating solutions, and making sustainable product out of it. This is what we are doing. And this is what I told on the first slide, that uh, social entrepreneurship is all about finding the issues, finding the problems, and making solutions and making product out of it. So this is what we are doing currently. So so this is our business model. We are into tourism consulting. So this is evolving business. Whatever I am telling you now, I might be doing a some certain another thing in a different scale and scope altogether in coming years. So this is how the social entrepreneurship model. It has to be very flexible with the changing environment, in the change in the business, change in the political scenario, change in the local perception, change in the local aspirations. So we are into whatever we, if we are getting something, uh, if we find some issues, we try and solve that through sustainable models, uh, something on the commercial side as well. Tourism consulting for the administration, for the local administration. When we came here, the local administration, they don't know what is ecotourism. They were not knowing how tourists will come to this area, which is has the negative narration altogether. But we told the administration, that the government, that this model is a doable model and we can work for it. So right now we are working in many areas. The numbers I'll tell you in further slides. Uh, we are working many districts in Chhattisgarh. We recently been invited by Odisha government. We have worked pre-COVID with Madhya Pradesh. We are working in Kashmir, and there are many other area in which we are working. Skill development come values for the community, the local community. We are doing their skill development because they don't know tourism. So we started telling them this is tourism and this is how the tourism can work and how it can be sustainable. So we are working on those lines with the community. We act as a tour operator. This is our main business, where we invite different tourists. We invite many people. We ask them to visit, and we organize their tours in very different kind of tours. We organize nature adventure camps, we leisure tours, all kind of tours we organize. We are also working on handicrafts and local. We have our tie-ups with many local startups. We also have hypermarket named as Amcho Basar Bazaar. We also have a tie-up with Tribal Tokeni, which sells the products which we are getting from the artisans to the tourist. So this is how it is functioning, and there are market linkage program. If any tourist is coming, if they want, uh, some kind of a millets or some kind of a organic rice, some producers, we just from the producer we link them together, and we also earn out of it. So this is all business model I'm talking about. So it is happening only because uh, we uh, we are trying to become a bridge between tourist, the administration, and the local community. So this is how we are currently functioning. So at the ground, when when we say that we do ground impact engagement, then we have to work with the local villagers, the local administration, and the panchayat. We identify people, we do the capacity building, we form their groups, we monitor them, we make MOU with the villagers, and we make their long-term master tourism plans. Because when you will see, if the location is very popular, at that time what happens, there is influx of tourists increases, and there is kind of a development which you will not able to stop. So we already have made the tourism master tourism plans, sitting with the local people. Sometimes what happen, the government has the agenda of developing tourism, but they don't consider the thoughts which is in the mind of the locals. And they usually, sometimes what happens, they even don't ask the local what kind of a development they are seeking. So this is the gap which we trying to fill, we ask the administration to come, and we ask the local villagers to come, and there is a conversation between the two. We discuss the concept, and we make the concept entire master plan with the community, with the administration. This is how we do the things. And after all these things happen in any village, then we ask the tourists to come and avail the services, which is completely by the community. This is the entire functioning at the ground. So there are many, as in social enterprise, you need not to call a social enterprise only by doing employment generation or something on those lines. We have to be very sensitive towards our entire approach. So here in the left hand side, we are doing connecting local livelihood. We are connecting many artisans, many people who have some talent with the tourism. uh, we do less if we have a very less resource, but we are creating more awareness with many tools, with many mechanisms. We aware all the local potential stakeholders, be it the villagers, be it the school students, be it the administration, the operators, the travel agent, the bus operators, everyone. We keep on telling, we keep on meeting them and tell them what is the sustainable tourism all about. We are working on conservation efforts. We are also working on over tourism. We don't want to do the over tourism thing. We want a special guest. This is how our entire, we have Buster brand ambassador model. We go to the schools. We tell, we have the take up program, which is tourism environment culture awareness program. Because when the development is here, uh, sometimes we lose the culture, because development comes with a force, and in that development we lose, sometimes we lose our cultural identity. For that, we are going back to the schools, because the schools, we think that the institutes, we think that that's the main place where we, if we create a good awareness there, then the culture is going to be there. Then the tourism can be a sensitized ecotourism kind of a thing. They can also think about the environment and everything. So this kind of a steps we are taking. We go to the schools, we tell them, the students who are in 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, we meet with them. We tell them that if you are not getting job anywhere else, you can have your, you need not to migrate to any places. You just need to be there at the village. You can earn more than what you will earn by doing the work uh, which you will do in some other cities. And you'll be with your, um, you'll inhale the uh, good air. You'll have the family with you. So we started telling the people that don't go for the jobs. You already have a job created. You have the opportunity, and you just need to push this things. So we are doing many things. We are making plastic free zones and everything. The experiences which we have created is, there are villages, a tribal dance, local cuisine, homestays. There are many homestays now. When we started, there was just one homestay. Now there are 50 plus homestays. Tattoo, we are doing some kind of a tattoo conservation effort, organic farming, craft, adventure. We do. Recently we have organized one full moon camping event in which 50 plus people from across the country, they came and they stay at Chitrakoot waterfall, uh, and having no lights there, only with the moonlight, completely with the nature, no electricity, nothing there. For some point, we just for the food and everything, we started the light. There was no light, and people enjoyed being with the nature. So we also trying to create that kind of experience in which we add some values to their life. This is how we are working currently. And if I talk about support system, there are many passionate youths, there are many partners, local startups, associations we are working with, administration. We work anywhere we are going, we are working with the administration. with a full, without them, even if I'll say, it would have not been possible, but they have supported, and everyone liked the concept of generating, contributing to the society. And if I'll tell you what is the backbone of our entire concept, is the concept. You can see this kids, they are uh, they are from Palna, which is very interior place. Recently, uh, there was road, in 2 3 years back, they got the roads, and we went there. There is a very beautiful 250 feet height waterfall. We go there, we went there, we trained them, and they have now started earning through tourism. So we are training them with the help of NGO. Uh, any events which we are doing is only with the help of the local community. We are doing the conservation thing. We aware them on culture, nature, and we are also, the best part of tribal culture, being any part of India, you'll understand minimalism. You know, I hope you people are in Bangalore, and Bangalore is a Silicon City, and there are many startups, and our startup is completely different. We are not billionaires, not we are even not millionaires, but what we understood from the tribal culture on my previous slide, I told you about, we learn from the community. What learning we had is the minimalism. They own that much which is required for their survival, for their life. They don't hold anything which is not required, but they wanted to have in their life. So this is what our entire concept is based on. This we are creating, we are not changing the culture. We don't want them to run for this the hustle bustle life. They already are living very beautiful life. They are very, very good in nature and everything. So we are learning from minimalism from them, and we are trying to impart this minimalism thing to all the people whom we are meeting. We are also working on reverse migration. In the COVID time, there are many people who came back to the village, and they are not now going out because they have found the earning. They are with their families, and they are also earning the same money which they were earning earlier through migration. So this is what I'll just talk about the impact numbers. uh, we have trained approximately 2000 plus tribal youths in entire state. There are approximately 1000 people who are working currently with us. uh, in just 5 years, or 1.5 lakh tourists, which this number also has the local population who goes to see Chitrakoot waterfall and everything. But tourist inflow has increased threefold, and we are currently working 15 plus districts in Chhattisgarh and 50 plus locations. We started with Chitrakoot waterfall, but we are now working in 50 plus locations, impacting communities. We have, I guess, 100 plus events we have organized so far. From events, we ask the bloggers, social media influencer, YouTubers, they come here, they make some content out of it, and they promote through social media. We are not doing some fancy kind of promotions. It is just mouth to mouth. We are doing some good about this place, and people are appreciating it and promoting it. Overall, approximately 2 crore of rupees they have made last year. The community have made last year, which is excellent in many terms. If people are working and we are impacting, even in fact, if we are adding 1000 rupees in their life in the rural context, it is huge for them. You know, uh, so we think that there should be small addition. We should not be telling the local community if we are doing something social. Social, usually what we do, we'll change entire thing, we'll change the water supplies, we do the we do this and that. We over promise sometime in doing the social kind of a thing. We over promise many things, but we believe that if it has to be sustainable, it has to be go slow. It will eventually find a apex point from where they'll, just the uh, the graph will increase like anything, but the foundation has to be strong. So from past 5 years, 6 years, we are just working on the foundation, so that if more people will come, they the impact will, what we are trying to create, will be more. We are doing very, we are working on very eco ethnic sensitive approach. You can see the tribal community people, there are foreigners. We ask them to just ask about their life. Just don't click the pictures, just ask them about life and everything, how they are doing. You can see that the ethnic sensitive approach is, there are tourists, and in the green there are the local community who are working there. So they are with them, doing their, doing, providing them services. At the same time, they are, uh, they are feeling the part of the community. Usually the tribal people are very shy, so they should not feel hesitant about everything. You can see these people sitting here. There is some dona pattal in south. There are many people uh, who eat in the dona pattal kind of thing. This is a leaf ball in which we serve them the food, the local, the tourist, we serve the tourists this kind of a food. In this is very important that uh, when we ask the community that if tourists will be coming, uh, how you are going to serve them the food, they ask that we'll use the thermocol, we'll use this plate and that plate. But we told them that we are going to use the same leaf ball in which you are eating daily. So they were very, reluctant. No, sir, will not do. Ye acha nahi hai, and all those things. But we told them that they'll like it. Tourists will like it. And when the tourists who are coming from the urban centers, they like eating in the leaf ball. It is a kind of experience. And if somebody is bringing the water bottles, we reuse it. You can see the bottles. It is all the reusable one. If somebody has given us the bottle, we either use it in these proportions, or we make the eco bricks out of it. So this is all about my journey. I'll just, in 5 minutes, I'll just tell you the photo, because I believe whatever I am telling you, you will not believe if you will not see it. So I'll just walk around for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. I'll walk around. I'll give you a photo too. So this is me training in interior area, giving them the tour guide uh, training. This is the conservation of heritage. This place used to have 147 temples, but now only 6 temples are visible. So we started doing recently. The government has funded this entire reconstruction of this temple, which is of 7th century. So the local people, we trained them. Then not, the local took the initiative of cleaning that area. Then the administration came in. We came with the expert architects. They insist and had done entire transformation of this place. We also mobilized the local people, uh, the local people about last few years back, there was no water in the Chitrakoot waterfall. So the local community, they came up with this poster campaign, and they started doing the advocacy. And we, from social media, we told people that this is happening and that is happening. And then the government, the chief minister, has taken the initiative in saving the river. So this is the in green t-shirt, you can see the person telling all the school student about the historical value of this building. So the local is conducting the heritage walkthroughs. So students, they are going to schools and they are telling the story of their heritage. You can see the local community are doing the daily cleanliness at the site. Whatever plastics we are collecting, we are making a, in left hand side you can see the eco bricks, we are making our eco bricks through it. Many conferences we keep on organizing through, you know, engaging the local administration, the police, the investors, the students. Many conferences we keep on doing. This is the Ghotul conservation. This is where the tribal community from many years they keep on coming here. They, this is was their school earlier, but because of the development, this law this has lost the charm. So we started reintroducing with the government, and now it is the place where they come and they celebrate many things there. They still, because this is what their tradition. Because of the development, we have killed their tradition. So we are reintroducing it, and they with some innovations, with definitely with some kind of a thing that which is accepted in today's sense. So we are working on this Ghotul conservation. You can see there are when we talk about Bastar, there are uh, very negative narration about the Bastar police as well. So they, you can see the Bastar police, they are doing a mob dance in front of tourists at Chatkut waterfall, telling them that Bastar is very safe destination to travel. We usually do nature therapy. These people, you can see they are doing a mud bath in this a pond, which is very famous for limestones. And you can see this is the homestay where the tourists are there. There are the hosts, there are the tourists. They do a kind of a conversation between we develop that kind of a mahal जिसमें people start doing a conversation with the local community. You can see this young foreigner man, they this the woman, because this society is very, you know, it has everything, it has the freedom. And you can see he and this ladies are drinking mahua, which is local brew, and he don't know their language, they don't know their language, but they are doing the conversation. So, and you can see that when the foreigner come, they just want to click the people, but we tell them you can click the picture, but before that you just learn, you just interact with them. So here you can see all of them, you know, drinking and, you know, just kind of a just trying and understand this girl, this lady is smiling, they are curious to know about himself. So this kind of experience we are, you can see this lady is the lady at the right hand side with the tattoo in her arms. She's telling them how to make leaf ball. So this is kind of a experience which learning from the tribal culture. So last week we went to our entire Unexpro Buster team went to uh, Spiti Valley, uh, just for getting, just to know about what is happening there with the tribal life, the local community. And here, right hand side, the local community who have seen the train for the first time, they went for a track at Sachpas last to last year. Uh, so we select people. There are some sponsor also. We select some people, we put some money, and we send the local community to get exposure of the mountains or the different locations, so that they also understand what is happening in the world. There are many students who come, who make architects, who make some uh, uh, thing in the Teka program. We some sensible tourists. We take them to the schools. She's the lady from Poland. She came here. I act as a translator, and the school students were asking about their life, and she was asking about their life. So this kind of a conversation we are trying to. You can see reading the headlines of the बस्तर में निवेश का अच्छा माहौल है. Bastar Police to facilitate development of region by safe and secured atmosphere. Homestay online booking started. Tribal lives through ecotourism. Homestays are getting ready. heritage walk, about uh, even if the people are not knowing English, or then also they are understanding the heritage value. Now the people are saying that the Bastar is very safe destination, and there is some perception changing approach that so it is coming on. As mentioned by ma'am, we got featured in many areas. Your story have covered. We got National Entrepreneurship Award in tourism sector. We have been the Logical India, the Sahapedia, and TEDx speaker, and everything. So we are getting very recognition, and we are getting many features. We were the best among the best social impact projects. So uh, now I just want to tell you that why and how you people might be. I interact with many people, and they say, ki, how is it possible in very small span of time you have created so much things, and how is it possible? So I say that every journey is important. If you think that um, your journey is matter, and your journey, if you are struggling in your life, that is also a learning. Then only you can success. So I'll just share some part. My father has the bookshop, very small bookshop we had when I was a kid. So from school, I used to go to my school, and I started reading many books. I was not very much interested. I was a backbencher at my school, but I was very fond of books. So whatever the school was teaching us, I was uh, you know when they were telling me about geography, I was reading about climate change and everything. So very small shop owner, we had a rented house. We were from a poor middle class family, and this is how. But I worked very hard. From from after 12th, I started working with stock market. I worked as a with WHA, WHO. That changed my mind when I started going to different locations. Sometimes you require a trigger in your life. Some kick in your life. Uh, Sometimes one small incident impact you so much that your entire life changed. That was my working with WHO when I was monitoring officer for polio, and I went and saw there was a very bad situation at the ground, but I was not able to do anything, any contribution. At that time I thought that I'll be back to this place and I'll do something on those lines which can create. I don't want it to be uh, called as an NGO. I wanted a sustainable approach which can change life. They should be doing that kind, and that should be replicated. So the last company which I started with, getting live project from them. I hope you people will be getting live project and internship. I worked with a company which was founded by IIM Ahmedabad, MDI, LSC College, near my IITs, and I got a live project and internship from them, then job from them in 3.5 years I become a partner of that company, and eventually escalated myself to CEO level, and then I decided to quit, and then started and thinking coming back here and impacting my life. So I traveled to this many locations. I worked in these locations. I worked in many northeast states, Kashmir, Himachal, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, many I have. But I keep on learning with every steps. I keep on learning. That's the reason that learning and that understanding of the society was able to make my business model very good one. You know, uh, you I worked with top consulting companies. Uh, you know, I quit my job, and then I decided this social entrepreneurship. You know, when I was working, I I was on a very good salary, but the impact was on my mind. I was working with top consulting firms, but there was attachment and detachment. So I attached myself with some cause, and I detached myself with many of the lavish things which I was getting earlier. So this is all about my life and work. I'll say work which gives you smile to many lives. That work is the more impacted work. So in that context, I'll ask you why social entrepreneurs are required in society today. So this question has many answers. You'll say ki, it can. There are many. You can generate employment. You can, impact society in a very positive way. But the person like me with that kind of a thing, who is doing something very good in Bastar region. Why it has happened? Only because we I had the courage to do something for my society. We have created 2000. There are many startups who are making millions out of it. I am not making millions, but we have created employment for 2000 people, and they are earning their life. So why the social entrepreneurship is required? Because there should be something sustainable in the country. There should be business, but it should also think about the environment. It should also think about the people they are impacting, and what think they are going to, what they are doing currently can impact the society in a larger context. So this is me, an Explore Buster. From an Explore Buster, you can follow on me and an Explore Buster on, and this is my contact detail. You can reach out to me. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Jeet, thank you so much. I don't know whether I can ask you many more questions. I have a lot more questions. I'll start with my first question. Um, as students, like we have students in the age group of 18 to 22. What is your say guidance, or what is your one say tip to be given to the students to take up social entrepreneurship? What is the support from the government? Because I have understood that there is mudra schemes, there is self-sustaining schemes. So are they sufficient enough in India to take up social entrepreneurship?
So first of all, I'll say ki that social entrepreneurship, if you are actually wanting not to earn but to maximize the impact in the society, then only you choose social. This is, it has a very hard work, but
Mhm.
it gives you a very different kind of a satisfaction,
Yeah.
which you will not get elsewhere. There are many government schemes
Mhm.
now. You can just be with the Startup India
Yeah,
program.
yeah, yeah.
From that, if you are registered from there, you will
Mhm.
get a very different kind of a recognition. And you can also, if your product is something to be worked in a rural pocket of India, then the district administration, the local government, they'll definitely come to help you out. And there
Okay.
are many CSR funds nowadays.
Yeah.
We have not opted for CSR funds so far because we are self-sustainable. We have not gone for bank loans or any schemes. We are self-sustainable organization from the day one, uh, and but there are many schemes which definitely can help you out in doing the things.
Okay. No, one more question is like we are running an entrepreneurship empowerment cell in our college.
Yeah.
So how do I take this forward? I mean, in case if I have to get the support of the government in
Yeah.
identifying social entrepreneurship, how do I train my students? Should I include some curricular changes, or should I approach some agencies?
I think there are some agency like TISS has one agency. The
Okay.
co-founder of TISS, Satyajit Manjumdar, he started Society of Social Entrepreneurs. She,
Okay.
that is
Okay.
C.
Huh?
So they are working closely with the government. So there are many. You can also work with many incubation centers. The government will definitely gonna help you out, because social entrepreneurs, they create employment. They are doing something very good in the society. So it is getting encouraged. Startup India, working with the Startup India, working with some CSR funds,
Mhm.
working with the NGOs who are working with the CSR funds,
Okay.
can help you out. And the society like this, like SEEC, that can help
S
you out. Yeah,
double E.
S double
Okay.
E.
That's double E C.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So one more question at the end, I would like to ask you, do you provide internship? Do you encourage our students working with you in case if they are interested, if they want to travel?
100%, 100%. We encourage students to come to Bastar,
Hmm?
and recently from ITTM, we have hired some, and we also give TPOs. There are
Okay.
three of the students from the last batch who did internship with us. We have given them the job.
Okay.
Uh, Out of many so we keep on giving them live projects. We
Okay.
give them
Hmm.
uh, we give them internship opportunities,
Hmm.
and if they are coming here, so we support on them on their accommodation parts and their travel parts as well. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be very happy to, if your students are ready
Okay.
to take up. Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions from any of the attendees? You can put your question in the chat. I'll read it out for the guest. I think there are no more questions. Any questions if they are interested in, talking to you, I'll personally message you, Mr. Jeet.
Thank
And
you, ma'am.
and really it was a interesting session. I think social entrepreneur is something which is picking up in the society. And after the pandemic,